As India steps up its efforts to fight the coronavirus, multiple instances of doctors and healthcare staff being attacked are now emerging. In Delhi, doctors have demanded security after multiple attacks were reported in a quarantine center. Reports have also emerged of Markaz attendees under quarantine misbehaving with doctors and even going to the extent of spitting on them. And that's not all. In Indore, doctors were literally chased away and stone pelted, while in Bihar, police have been under attack and in some cases even fired upon. All right, let's in fact get you this incident that happened in Indore, where healthcare workers were targeted physically by local residents who resisted their move to take them to quarantine centers. They were chased away by the local residents. This happened in Tatpati Bakhal in Indore. Let me get in my colleague Govind, who's joining us now with more information. Govind, we are given to understand a case has been registered against those guilty of attacking healthcare workers. Tell us what exactly happened in this locality.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether these are the police officers or the health workers, all are just doing their duties by taking risk of their own life. Even after that, such kind of behavior of residents is quite unacceptable. And this is the area which is Muslim populous area in Indore, where yesterday these health workers headed by a Tehsildar was there for screening those suspected who are the corona positive or not. So initially, it was going on smoothly, but so all of a sudden, the mob started attacking on these health workers, and a couple of lady health worker injured in this
Right.
whole incident, and the FIR has been registered against unidentified people. So this is quite acceptable. Even after that, Indore has become a kind of epicenter of corona positive. 75 cases in
Yes.
last 1 week reported in Indore out of 98 in Madhya Pradesh.
75 cases in Indore out of 98 in Madhya Pradesh. Therefore, Indore is one of the hotspots. There are several hotspots across the country that have been identified by the MHA. Indore is one of them. And look at the trouble, or rather difficulties, that healthcare workers are facing in getting down to those people who need to be immediately quarantined. There are huge challenges, huge professional hazards. But what is the reaction coming in from the Madhya Pradesh government, from the district administration towards these health workers to make their job easier? Because clearly there are a lot of ignorant people out there who are turning violent. But are there any measures put in place to ensure that the health workers do not face this kind of hazards when they are at work?
Absolutely, the big challenge with health workers and police to just maintain the law and order situation in this condition. Newly, the government of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who has taken charge a few weeks ago in Madhya Pradesh, and now the big challenges are just to smoothly run this program, which is being directed by Honorable PM of a country to just make successfully the lockdown, and whatever the duties of police personnel and health workers, they should also be going on in a proper way. But these kind of challenges, not only in Madhya Pradesh, even in Bihar and Delhi, we have seen. So this is quite an unfortunate. Even after that, those people are not just taking the lessons with the facts coming in light that Indore has become one of the epicenters in which in last 1 week 75 cases recorded. Even after that, no lesson has been taken, and this is quite foolish one that those who are just having their life in trouble, they are coming to your door to check out your travel some condition of health. Even after that, you just misbehaving in this
Yes.
violent way. So this is acceptable and unfortunate and harassing too.
Right. Thanks, Govind, for joining us with your inputs on the Indore incident. Let's in fact talk about a similar incident that happened in Munger in Bihar. Here as well, there was stiff resistance on the part of the local residents towards the health workers who arrived there to quarantine COVID suspects. In Munger, people clashed with police and health workers. And in this particular case now, what the locals have to say is that they do not want to go to any of these health centers simply because they feel that there are no facilities there, no food or sanitation facilities, owing to which they resisted the health workers who tried to isolate some of them, believing them to be COVID suspects. Sham is joining me on the phone line. Sham, Munger again, another incident that we are reporting today, just to show the challenges that healthcare workers are facing. A lot of people are somewhat ignorant about the kind of dangers it can pose if you do not self-isolate yourself. What is the reason that people in Munger clashed with the police and health workers?
Well, Afrida, it's very unfortunate that the health workers are being targeted for doing their duty. This incident which happened in Munger clearly shows that how the health workers along with the local police had gone to a village there, because it was being said that there were some COVID-19 suspects there whom the health workers wanted to take to the isolation ward, but these people clashed there, saying that they do not want to go to such isolation wards or health centers because there are no proper infrastructure there, there's no electricity, no proper food has been given to them, and that was the reason why they started pelting stones. Even government vehicles were damaged. Now it was only after the police intervened that everything was brought to normal. But certainly these type of incidents are very unfortunate and should not have happened, because we know that the conditions in which the health workers are working also is very challenging for them. They are prone to several type of diseases, but despite that they are doing the work 24/7. But this incident clearly shows that people are ignorant and people should rather cooperate with the health workers and the administration, and at the time people should not resort to violence or vandalism. But certainly this incident was unwanted, but later on after the police intervened and with few villagers, police managed to take these people to quarantine.
Right. So at a time when the cooperation from the public is necessary, the health workers and the police having to face this kind of violence against themselves is something that's hugely objectionable. Of course, let's hope that the state authorities, the state government take adequate measures to provide them protection. Thanks for joining us, Sham, with your inputs.